Okay, so I'm looking at the new indictment when it comes to Lil Durk, which they updated it, and I'm gonna be making content on this. You can see this one was filed yesterday. Today is the 8th November. It's November 8th. Now, when it comes to Bricc Baby, okay, the Bricc Baby is involved in some stuff which goes back to the 600 and him wanting the 600 dude that they were coming for Big U. So they don't want to ruin nothing for future investigation. So Bricc Baby will not be coming out in this case as a conspirator. Bricc Baby is known as a unknown conspirator. What is it at? 1 second, hold on. So this is stuff that's already covered in this one. They did add some more to it. But as far as when it comes to the co-conspirators, known and unknown, Bricc Baby falls under the unknown just because he talks too much. So if you just go break down his video, it gives leads, which led to him being raided and them taking his cell phone and stuff like that, that nature. Also, if you analyze Bricc Baby, knows that he has corroboration in his heart, just as far as him going on Vlad TV and saying things like, for example, in the recent interview he just did with Vlad, he said that snitches are now starting to play into their role.
I wouldn't be right here doing all this first and foremost if I was co-conspirator number 4. Now, the way the world's working, some snitches are playing into their snitch role or into their roles, but at this point, like,
how would you know if you're not a snitch? Why would you say something like that? Make that make sense. Snitches are starting to play into their role. Then he made another video where he's pretty much like, the street stuff is stupid.
Look, they just ran out of funding. They just ran out of funding for the informant service from the LAPD. Is an article out. They say that they ran out of funding because there's so many confidential informants. And motherfucker gonna hit me with the, street niggas don't do this and street niggas do that. Listen, boy, I just ate some food. But listen, boy, fuck them streets. Niggas ain't playing by the rules out there. What nigga in the streets you know that's working construction for damn near minimum wage? Or they might be getting a bag, but they ain't getting no 100 and something a year from construction. They gonna construct the case on your ass. Don't be late. Fuck them streets. Fuck them. Ooh.
And then he's, correlating it with the feds and all that. He's trying to get the world to embrace it because he know that cloud is over LA in current times right now. I mean, the internet has changed. This digital world has changed to where, the feds is now get they form of information to these people. Like, it would make sense if I was a fed or anybody just investigating. Bricc Baby gives so many leads. You learn so much from him. Like, just from him making the video with Flacco on, or they can't say OTF didn't slide. Damn. And then just his, holding that thing because Flacco was confused. That's a lead right there. I'm following through on that. Simple as that. Figure out this man's real name, issue warrants, go away, get that phone. Yeah. Then they discovered the AK. Okay, that's something else. That wasn't meant. Now I get what Wacker's saying, that's illegal to have. But I mean, it's up to them to make their rules on how they want to deal with shit. It's an information game with the feds. Now, another thing too is with the media companies like Vlad, Whack 100. These guys can be utilized just for the content and have an insight. Who's to say that if you ain't either or party that you would be on a site like this? How I'm on getting information, or if you even got direct lines with people to know that was anybody being investigated, did it and all this stuff, and you can't say nothing because if you say something wrong in cases, your ass can be charged. So you gotta wait until information is being released. For example, the quickness of Vlad TV and Whack 100 with the bombarded information in regards to this taste when it comes to OTF getting arrested. And then when it comes to Vlad, looking in the back end, how I researched on Quando Rondo before OTF got indicted, Vlad booked a whole little interview with Quando Rondo. Quando Rondo had to send in a request to get permission to leave on my damn thing. Quando Rondo had to get permission to go, which he got approved to go do the interview with Vlad. So Vlad on timer, but they can't rule in cases. Now also that earlier this year done some research with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said, one second. Anyway, but ChatGPT said that, I believe that it might have been like back in 21 that Vlad TV had posted content on Instagram that he would agree to cooperate with the feds and all that. And this is a conversation that I had with ChatGPT. It sourced the exact word that he said. Now you can't find it because they didn't change it up because it's like too identifiable information. But one of these days I'll read it, going over this whole thing now. But Vlad do be asking fair questions. Vlad interviews have been used in cases of people getting locked up. The prime example would be, what was that, AR, him getting arrested and them citing stuff on him, just going on Vlad, talking. But anyways, I'm going to browse to this. I'm not going to read none of this, but most of this is just the same stuff. Also adding to that, the Ace of Houston, which is OTF Boogie, is the first one out of everyone to take a proffer, where the him and his lawyer agreed to proceed by proffer, and the defense side that's trying to prosecute agreed to proceed by proffer for both sides. So that's just interesting on that end. He doesn't seem like a super street dude the way that these other people seem, and just going off the way that he looks in his mugshots. If I was a federal agent, and he looks easy to persuade, like, come on, man, like, you just give me something, man. Like, he seems like he don't keep up with street code. That's just in my opinion. Like, I believe, honestly, if I was on the side of interrogation, that I could get him to give me some information, like real talk. Like, I figured out some weakness, like real talk, because he just don't look like he stick to code, and then just going off the paperwork. Now, since they updated a lot of these, I'm going to see if they updated his. And this is actually the one that I went to from him. This is based off of him, but they updated it, and they added Lil Durk and all them in and out. And he, though, TF Boogie, he was the first one who, when they started on the cases, like, he's the first one. But that's back in Chicago, because Chicago has its own version of cases. This is California's version of cases. So they kind of, going back and forth. And I also feel like it's other people, too, they got arrested, because Chicago now has a whole bunch of suppressed cases, pretty much, where it's U.S. versus suppressed. So they suppress it, and it could be associated, could not be associated, but we'll find out over time. But anyway, I'll browse to this, and I'll be back later. I will go.